So is everything back up, Dan?
Almost. Just need to replace the bulb. And done.
Oh, thanks. So, how can I repay you for this?
Well, I could help you with the next episode review. Well, what's the problem?
My producer, he hates unicorns.
What? Why?
I don't know. He hasn't told me why, and he hasn't got back to me.
What the hell is that?
Oh, Boredar, or Pronoundar. I'm Brony Dan. Yes, not original, but... Hey, you try coming up with originality these days.
Hell, you said I could get some help.
But not from that!
What the hell? That was our guess! I know you hate unicorns, but that's no excuse to kill it!
I know, but I have standards. There we go, much better.
What the... Ah! Ah!
Twilight Sparkle is gonna have a serious word with you about this, hell.
Ah!
You gonna be alright, Dan?
Yeah, just gotta get used to my entire physical being being manipulated against my control.
Okay, if you're sure.
Roll titles!
Wait, what?
Greetings to all, I am Zion Kraze.
And I'm Brony Dan.
And welcome to the Old School Pony Review. We're your reviewers, and today's episode is Escape from Catrina. Well, this is honestly weird. Back when the classic My Little Pony series was around, I had never watched any of the classic series, the movie, or the original special that was made. But Escape from Catrina, however, I had actually watched this special. It was the first time I was exposed to My Little Pony outside the old UK Tempo Kids videos that had an advert for them, that had sweet stuff in the treasure hunt. But if I'm honest, I don't think I watched all of it or could recall most of it. But the one thing I did remember from this special was Catrina herself.
Whereas, as I stated in my own review of Rescue from Midnight Castle, I have seen pretty much nothing of the original generation, so I'll be going into this with a fresh perspective. But after the first special, my expectations are quite high for this.
Well, with that out of the way, let's begin. The episode starts with the ponies getting ready for Megan's return while a few of them are playing ball and they lose it. I'm seriously getting a sense of deja vu here.
Next thing you know, we'll be getting an all-powerful force of evil wanting to kidnap the ponies and use them for some kind of diabolical scheme.
Oh, sweetie, that is so last special. This one's different.
If you say so. So the ball goes into some pit where a witchweed drug is being made for a cat-like creature called Catrina and is being served by a bush woolly and then drops the drink and threatens to drop him down the pit. No, I stand corrected. He gets dropped down to die. Yay! Sadly, he's spared because Rip here saves him.
Boo! Yes, that is sad. And he never thanked Rip for saving him. Ungrateful bugger. And they also escape easily, leaving Rip behind to the wrath of Catrina, and while trying to recapture them, they discover the ponies, and Catrina tries to capture them with snow.
But Megan had arrived in Ponyland and uses the Rainbow of Light to get rid of the snow. Like a weather pony.
Don't you dare.
Kinda like what she did back in the Great Rainbow Cake.
Don't even compare those two episodes here! Megan needed to use the Rainbow of Light because their ponies were trapped because of Katrina's snowstorm and they needed rescuing, while in the Great Rainbow Caper, it was used because we need to shift the clouds for no good reason.
Defensive, aren't you?
You have no idea.
So after that failure, she then kidnaps one of the babies and... Wait, how is it different from the last special again?
Simples! Someone powerful had kidnapped a bunch of ponies. This one, however, only had one pony captured. So obviously, she's more hands-on than T-Rex is.
You're in denial.
Nope, just a smartass.
Well, anyway, one of my favourite parts of the special is the background in the relationship between Catrina and Rep. I mean, it's fairly obvious that Rep has a thing for Catrina, but while she may act like a heartless bitch, she never really does anything to actually hurt Rep. Even she refers to him as a traitor at one point. This is shown during the poorly put together song. In what way is it poorly put together? The music is so loud it completely overlaps the vocals. Honestly, how piss poor must your editing be in order to make such a mistake?
Well, that's a lot of shine in, and I feel this episode is a little subpar.
Oh.
Has Huey forgiven you for that yet?
No, he hasn't.
And Megan in this special is honestly an improvement over her last appearance. When I talked about Megan during the last special, she wasn't really needed there. However, in this one, she was actually more useful, but I'll get to that later. So for now, let's get on to the ponies. So apart from Moondancer and Glory, who are now mini ponies, none of the characters reappear after the last special. Now we have a bunch of new characters. And I use that term lightly because we barely get to know any of them. And once again, most of them don't reappear after this episode, apart from Sundance, Posey and Lickety Split, who reappear in the series afterwards, as well as a mini Lickety Split and a fully grown surprise afterwards. The only ones that matter here are Sundance and Baby Moondancer. Sundance is struggling with jumping, and Baby Moondancer feels sad because she doesn't have a costume ready for the costume ball that they're holding for Megan. And Megan has helped both of them out with their problems, and personally, I think this is what Megan is best at, being a motherly figure towards the ponies. And here Megan has a different colour outfit here. It looks similar to her old one, and I often jokingly refer to this as her Player 2 costume. And then the movie comes along and she has a completely different look throughout the series, which is what she's stuck with throughout. I have honestly preferred the older outfits that she had them prefer. I prefer them to all of that blue, frilly... What the hell is that thing anyway? Can someone please tell me what that outfit is? Please, it's been bugging me for ages.
How about the Andy Pandy's mother look? And doesn't it seem odd that Megan has never met any of them from the last one? So what do you think her reaction would be?
Probably something like this.
Hello, Megan!
Who are you? How do you know who I am?
Oh, I'm Skydancer. I'm here to bring you to Ponyland!
But where's Firefly?
Overlord Hasbro's got rid of her because her presence is no longer required.
What? But what about Apple?
All the ponies that you once knew are gone now.
But why?
Listen, Megan, I know you're confused, but just for a damn minute, try to see this from a product positioning standpoint. We need kids to bug their parents to buy our new toys, and the only thing that works is introducing a bunch of new characters that are also products in stores, so we can get purchased. We can't just have the same old figures out again. Those won't be bought.
But wouldn't it make more sense for me to meet the same characters that I was friends with originally instead of complete strangers?
Look, we'll give you some character if you actually pretend to know us apart from the new babies that we're introducing.
Get my brother and sister in the show, and I'll never bring up this dilemma again.
Deal.
Sucker. Yeah, that works for me.
And sadly, this is what introduced the Bush Woolies and... Hey Dan, how do you feel on the Bush Woolies?
Honestly, they just annoyed me. They act as the slaves to Catrina, making her witchweed potion, which gives her all the power, but the Bush Woolies are just idiots. The purple one is already a bit of an arsehole, not exactly being sympathetic to Rep when he feels about being punished by Catrina, but the fact that only now do they consider escaping from their imprisonment. You guys can roll into balls and just roll out of the giant obvious hole in the wall at any point. Why did you have to wait until now to think, hey, there doesn't seem to be anything that's keeping us trapped here in this cave. Even if we do, Catrina will lose all her powers anyway without her potion, so she won't be much of a threat anyway. Hell, I don't even think Rep's gonna be much of a threat. You outnumber him 100 to 1, and he's too busy being in love with Catrina to do anything.
Yep, it's universal at this point. Neither of us like the Bush Woolies. And yes, they're not just idiots here, they're idiots throughout the series. No, really. Watching this series, it's pretty clear they can't tell their elbows from their assholes. They don't know which direction they need to go, they're incapable of thinking for themselves, and I swear they act like toddlers.
Not ice cream. Oh boy. Ice cream is for eating, not playing in.
We're supposed to eat ice cream. Eat, not chicken, not in here.
Did they?
Yes.
But I just...
Seriously, Dan, don't think about it. That's what I keep on saying to myself. But now let's go on to the title of character herself, Catrina.
As for me, Catrina's kind of mixed for me. I mean, for one, I absolutely adore her design. It does fit her image of a powerful sorceress, but sometimes I just think she feels underdeveloped and, well, kind of bland as a villain. So she uses the witchweed potion to make herself powerful and was corrupted into being evil. Okay, but I have so many questions about this, like, what made her turn evil? What is her overall motivation behind all this? How did she find the witchweed potion? How did she know how to make it? If it runs out, what will happen to her?
It just raises too many questions.
There are just so many questions that are never explained. I mean, I know it's a kid's show for girls from the 80s, and I know they had some time constraints, but even if they had, I don't know, cut out some of those bloody moments with the bush woolies, then they could have had more time developing our villain. But that's just me.
Well, for me, I love Catrina here, and I personally prefer her over Tarek. Like I said earlier, she was more hands-on with dealing with her problems instead of sending her henchmen to do her dirty work. Or henchman in this case. While I admit how she became a drug addict is unknown, let's face it, she's clearly a drug addict. This was made in the 80s after all. It still shows that Rep still clearly cares for her, and he doesn't know how to help her. While it's a shame we don't see much of their development, especially in the TV version, since that one removes a song that shows what Catrina was like in the past. Sorry, I needed to get that little fact out there. I really don't have that many issues with her. And most fans would like to see her return in G4, and I would personally like to see her return as well.
Well, I'm not against seeing a new variation of her in G4 if they do decide to include her.
Fun fact about these specials, originally there was going to be a third special and it would have involved the Rainbow Ponies, and funnily enough, Danny. Yes, Megan's little brother was going to debut here instead of the movie, and there does exist some animation footage here of the Rainbow Ponies, which is short, about 10 seconds short, and it was believed never to have been made. However, I believe it was originally going to be Escape from Catrina. I know that sounds a wee bit far-fetched here, but I do have a little bit of proof here. Danny was featured on the video cover for Escape from Catrina in some countries, and he also has a different design from him, and he's riding on Spike, and he has wings?
And not forgetting that Baby Surprise was the original pony Alicorn.
Wait, what?! Oh, my head!
Zion?
Oh god, I gotta lay down.
Dan, can you end the review while I go help Zion?
Sure. So, overall, how would I rate Escape from Catrina? Honestly, I don't think it's that bad of a special. I mean, yes, it does have some problems. Most of the characters, aside from Catrina and Rep, are forgettable. The plot seems rather weak and rushed in places. The bush woolies and Catrina's motivation for being a villain are non-existent. However, that being said, I enjoyed watching it just for the cheesiness of it. Tammy Grimes is just so deliciously over the top as Catrina, and she works well alongside Paul Williams' Rep. Yes, the Paul Williams. In fact, that's the one thing you can take away from this. The villains do stick in your head. Even though I personally wouldn't willingly watch the special, it's harmless for what it is, for a piece of 80s cheese. And if Zion were here, I'm pretty sure you'd agree with me. Well, this is Brony Dan saying, Nostar.
It's been a long, long time since the last time we met, and it's funny how I can learn to forget. I look at you now, it's strange somehow. I can't remember ever loving you, I can't remember ever loving you, baby. So much has changed.
Oh god, that was way too much info for me.
So what happened?
What I gathered, Zion had a brain meltdown.
So what are you gonna do about it now?
Cure for a headache.
I got something, but you're gonna hate it.
Just get it over with, you. Ow! What the bloody hell? That was even what? Hey, my headache's gone.
And he's back to normal. Whoopee.
Is Zion gonna be alright?
Don't worry, he'll be... Oh, Celestia, what have I done?
What the hell are you people whispering about?